So picture this. You walk into a bustling American gym for the first time. The sensory overload hits you instantly.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot.
Right. The equipment looks like this vast collection of medieval torture devices constructed out of chrome and black leather.
That is exactly what it looks like.
And there's loud music pulsing from the overhead speakers. A personal trainer in the corner is giving you this totally inscrutable look. And, of course, someone is sweating profusely all over the one machine you actually recognize.
Yep, the classic gym experience.
Meanwhile, a fitness class is starting in the next room, and you have absolutely no idea what anyone is saying. I mean, you just want to work out, but it feels like you've walked onto another planet. What do you actually say? Okay, let's unpack this. Because the gym isn't just a room full of heavy objects.
No, not at all.
It's a highly specific microculture. It has its own dialect, unwritten laws, and, social expectations.
It really is an ecosystem all its own. And the anxiety people feel upon entering, I mean, we've all been there. It isn't just about the physical exertion. It's about language and navigation.
Totally. It's so intimidating as heck at first.
Exactly. You're stepping into a space where the regulars all know this highly coordinated social dance, and you haven't been taught the steps yet. To truly master this environment, especially if you're navigating it in English, you have to understand the geography of the space first, because, well, the layout dictates the behavior.
Right.
Almost every American gym is divided into two distinct territories: cardio and strength.
I always think of the cardio section as like a highway. You get on, you pick your lane,
Yeah.
and you largely ignore everyone else around you.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
Everyone is facing the same direction,
Yeah.
usually staring at a screen or a mirror, just putting in the miles.
Yeah.
You've got the staples where people log their distance, right? Like the treadmills, those are the motorized belts for running or walking.
Right, the classic.
And then the ellipticals for that oval motion, which is that lower impact glide that's easier on the joints.
Love the elliptical.
Same. Then there's the stationary bike or spin bike and the rowing machines that simulate that full body pulling motion.
That highway metaphor is perfect because cardio machines dictate your movement. The machine provides the path, you just provide the energy.
Exactly.
But as you move deeper into the facility, the architecture changes entirely. You leave the highway and you enter the strength territory. If cardio is a highway, the strength section is a communal kitchen.
Oh, a communal kitchen.
Yeah, everyone is reaching for the same pots and pans, moving in different directions. The social etiquette has to be infinitely more complex to prevent chaos.
The iron jungle. This is the area that triggers the most intimidation for people. Because suddenly, you aren't just pushing a button on a screen, you're dealing with, like, raw physics.
Yeah, the heavy
You
stuff.
have your fundamental tools, the barbell and the dumbbell.
And understanding the mechanical difference between those two tools is really crucial. So a barbell is that long, two-handed metal bar you load with those circular weight plates.
Right, the really big one.
Exactly. Because you're using both hands and your entire central nervous system to stabilize one single object, barbells allow you to lift your absolute maximal load.
Okay, got it.
But dumbbells, those short, single-handed weights lined up on the racks by the mirrors, they serve a totally different physiological purpose.
They're the ones you hold one in each hand, right?
Right. They force each arm to work independently. This prevents your dominant side from doing all the heavy lifting and, fixes muscular imbalances.
Makes sense. And beyond those free weights, you have the massive architectural landmarks of the strength district. You have the squat racks, those large metal cages designed to catch the barbell if you drop a heavy weight.
Crucial for safety, yeah.
And then you have the cable machines. I always find the cable machines fascinating because unlike a dumbbell where gravity is only ever pulling straight down to the floor,
Right.
a cable machine uses this system of pulleys to create constant tension from multiple angles. It allows people to isolate very specific muscle groups in ways gravity alone just wouldn't allow.
That constant tension is exactly why you'll see people hovering around the cable towers waiting for their turn.
Oh, always.
You also have your benches, those padded platforms you need to perform half the exercises in the room, and resistance bands for stretching and mobility work. But knowing the mechanics of a squat rack or a cable tower doesn't actually solve the primary problem for a newcomer.
Right. Knowing the layout just means you know what you were looking at. Like knowing the difference between the financial district and a public park.
Exactly.
The social contract actually begins the moment you try to claim a piece of that equipment. And honestly, it starts even before you hit the floor. It starts in the locker room.
Oh, the locker room. It's a vulnerable space, both literally and socially.
Totally.
Claiming space there requires a specific vocabulary. You have to navigate the proximity of strangers by asking things like, is this locker taken?
Yeah.
Or, do you know the combination for the day lockers?
Right, you have to break the ice just a little bit.
Yeah. And once you've secured your belongings, you step out onto the floor and you face the true test of the gym ecosystem, the crowded room.
Let's talk about the dreaded crowded gym, because this is where the language really matters. So you need a bench. There is a bench, but there's a guy standing near it looking at his phone.
Classic scenario.
The tension is palpable. I can't just take it, but he's not actively lifting. What is the actual protocol here? What do I say?
You have to initiate the negotiation. The most standard phrase to establish ownership of a space is simply, are you using this? Or are you done with this?
Are you using this? Okay, simple enough.
Yeah, it's direct and leaves no room for ambiguity.
Yeah.
If they are resting between their efforts, you escalate to, how many sets do you have left?
Ah, okay.
This signals that you understand the structure of a workout and you're just asking for a timeline.
And this leads us to what the sources highlight as perhaps the single most crucial phrase in American gym etiquette. And I really want you, the listener, to remember this one. It's, mind if I work in?
Yes, mind if I work in. It is the absolute golden key to a busy gym.
But wait, explain what that actually means in practice.
Working in simply means sharing a piece of equipment by taking turns. One person actively lifts while the other rests.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me I'm supposed to walk up to a sweaty, heavily breathing stranger mid-workout and interrupt them to ask if I can invade their personal space and share their equipment?
Basically, yeah.
Isn't that a massive breach of the unwritten rules of modern society? I mean, most people in the gym are wearing giant noise-canceling headphones specifically to avoid interacting with anyone.
It feels like a massive breach of etiquette the first time you do it, I promise. I was
Yeah.
terrified my first time. But within the gym ecosystem, it is a highly standardized, totally expected interaction.
Really? Just completely normal.
Completely normal. It is born out of pure logistical necessity. The person resting knows they will inevitably be the one asking to work in tomorrow. So there is this culture of reciprocal altruism.
That's fascinating.
You aren't starting a conversation, you're initiating a transaction.
Okay, let's actually role-play this really quickly so people can hear how it sounds. I'll be the new person, you be the gym regular on the bench.
Sounds good. I'm just looking at my phone, resting.
Okay, I walk up. Hey, are you using this bench?
Oh, yeah, I am. I've got a couple sets left.
Oh, gotcha. Mind if I work in?
Sure, go for it. I'm just resting anyway.
See? That wasn't so bad.
Not bad at all, and that's exactly how it goes 99% of the time. The standard script is usually just them saying, sure, I've got 2 sets left, or, yeah, I'm just resting. Go ahead.
So I just jump in.
Yep. You do your exertion, they rest. They do theirs, you rest. It's a highly efficient optimization of downtime.
That transactional nature makes it feel much less intimidating. It's not a chat, it's resource management.
Exactly.
But if you are going to share that space, you immediately run into the absolute commandments of the gym, the non-negotiables, and the first one is wiping down the machine.
Yes. Wiping down the machine with the provided paper towels and antibacterial spray isn't just about being polite, it's a critical hygiene protocol.
Absolutely. You are sharing non-porous surfaces with hundreds of people in a heated, sweaty environment. There's a real microbiome context here.
Oh, for sure.
Nobody wants to inherit a stranger's sweat profile or, risk a staph infection. It's basic community defense. Wiping down is mandatory.
And mandatory. And the second commandment is re-racking your weights.
Oh, say it louder for the people in the back.
Re-rack your weights, meaning putting the dumbbells or the heavy circular plates back on their designated pegs when you're done with them. Leaving your weights on a machine is universally considered the cardinal sin of the gym.
It really is. It breaks the social contract of that communal kitchen we talked about.
Right. If you load up a leg press machine with 400 pounds and just walk away, the next person who wants to use it, who might be like half your size or maybe recovering from an injury, now they have to complete a strenuous, heavy workout just to clear the machine so they can begin their actual workout.
It's just a profound lack of spatial awareness. That and what the sources refer to as hogging the machine.
Hogging the machine.
Yeah, in the era of smartphones, sitting on a high-demand piece of equipment for 20 minutes, scrolling through social media without actively exercising or offering to let someone work in, that will instantly make you the villain of the strength district.
It violates the core premise of the space. The gym is for active exertion. But hey, Once you've successfully navigated the etiquette, secured your bench, and established a rhythm with the person you're working in with.
Now you're actually ready to work out.
Right. Which means understanding the structural language of physical exertion.
Here's where it gets really interesting. We're moving from the external social space into the internal logic and math of the workout itself. You mentioned the word sets earlier when we were talking about asking someone how long they'd be.
I did. Because a workout isn't just a random flurry of lifting heavy objects until you get tired. It has a deeply calculated architecture.
Okay, lay it on us. What's the math?
The absolute microunit of exercise is a rep, which is short for repetition. One rep is one complete mechanical movement.
So like lowering the weight to stretch the muscle and lifting it back up to contract it,
Yeah,
that's one rep.
exactly. And a set is a grouped cluster of those continuous repetitions.
But why do we divide it like this? I mean, why not just pick up a dumbbell, lift it 40 times in a row, and go home?
It comes down to the physiology of energy systems. Your muscles rely on ATP, essentially cellular energy, to contract against heavy resistance. That energy depletes rapidly, usually within like 8 to 12 repetitions of a heavy load.
Oh, wow. That fast?
Yeah, your central nervous system and your muscles physically cannot continue. So by breaking the workout into sets, you create deliberate windows of rest. This allows those energy pathways to partially recover so you can apply maximum stimulus again.
So the math of the gym is just energy management. If I tell someone I'm doing 3 sets of 10 reps, I'm giving them the exact mathematical blueprint of my energy expenditure.
That's exactly what you're doing. And surrounding that core math is the life cycle of the visit itself, the warm-up and the cool-down.
Let's define those because
Yeah.
they get thrown around a lot.
They aren't just filler activities, they serve specific biological functions. A warm-up is about increasing core temperature and stimulating synovial fluid in the joints. You want to do that to prevent tearing a cold muscle under a heavy load.
Right, you don't just walk in and pick up the heaviest thing you can find.
Definitely not. And the cool down is gentle movement designed to gradually lower your heart rate and help flush the pooling lactic acid out of the muscle tissue.
Got it. And sometimes, right in the middle of those sets, you hit a point where the math fails. You reach absolute physical failure, which introduces one of the most fascinating safety and community dynamics in the gym. The spotter.
Ah, the spotter. A spotter is someone who stands closely behind or beside you to assist if you fail to lift a heavy weight.
Give me a practical example of when I'd need one.
Well, if you're lying on your back doing a heavy barbell bench press and your chest muscles simply give out on the 8th rep, the spotter steps in to grab the bar and lift it back to the rack.
So it doesn't just crush your chest or neck.
Exactly. It's a literal lifesaver.
I always look at this spotter as a kind of physical financial guarantor.
Oh, that's a funny way to look at it.
Right, you're taking out a massive loan against your central nervous system. And the spotter is standing there to catch the debt if your muscles suddenly declare bankruptcy midway through the lift.
That is a brilliant analogy.
But the psychology of this is wild. I mean, practically speaking, you literally just walk up to someone and ask, hey, could you spot me?
Yep. Just, hey, can I get a spot? This raises an important question about the hidden dynamics of the gym. Think about the profound level of trust involved in that request.
They're massive.
You are asking a complete stranger to prevent a heavy iron bar from potentially causing you severe bodily harm. It highlights a deeply communal reliance tucked away inside what looks like a fiercely independent, solitary activity.
Yeah, that's so true.
You're also trusting their expertise if you ask another common question. Is my form okay?
Oh, yeah. How's my form?
You are relying on a stranger's eyes to correct your biomechanics so you don't injure your spine.
That reliance on strangers really proves that the gym is a community, whether people admit it or not.
Absolutely.
Even if you step away from the heavy weights and attend a group fitness class, there's a whole social protocol to navigate. You have to approach the front desk or the instructor and ask the necessary operational questions.
Right, like what time does the spin class start? Or is this class full, or do I need to sign up in advance?
Or asking, is this geared toward beginners or is it an intermediate class?
Those operational questions are the entry points to the community. And once you're fully integrated into that community, you start to pick up on the broader American fitness culture and the highly specific slang that fuels it.
The casual conversational norms. If you spend enough time in the strength district, you're going to hear people talking about, as the sources put it, chasing gains. I swear it sounds like they're day trading stocks.
It does sound financial, and that's not an accident. Gains is the universal colloquial term for muscle growth or visible physical progress. It's the currency of the gym.
I'm just here for the gains.
Exactly. You'll also constantly hear the acronym PR, which stands for personal record. This is the absolute maximum weight you have ever successfully lifted for a specific movement.
So claiming, I hit a new PR today, is kind of the ultimate status update in that ecosystem.
It really is. It's the total gamification of physical effort. Everything is quantifiable.
And if someone is trying to hit that PR, they might be repping out, right?
Yep, meaning they are pushing through as many repetitions as physically possible until their muscles entirely fail.
And if you do this enough, you inevitably earn the title of a gym rat, which, honestly, to an outsider sounds like a derogatory term. Why would you want to be a rat?
I know it sounds weird, but within the culture, gym rat is actually a badge of honor.
Really?
Yeah, it's an affectionate term for someone whose dedication is unquestionable. It signals that you belong to the space, that you understand the etiquette, the math, and the physical toll.
Okay, so you have this insider slang. But the sources also point out a really interesting aspect of general small talk. It is perfectly normal and totally culturally acceptable in an American gym to just turn to the person filling up their water bottle next to you and ask, "What's your workout today?"
It functions as the ultimate icebreaker. People who spend hours optimizing their bodies genuinely love discussing their routines.
So what's a typical response if I ask that?
Well, a casual gym goer might just say, oh, I'm just trying to get in shape, or I've been hitting the gym more lately to work on my cardio.
Super normal.
But the regulars, the gym rats, will often give you highly specific answers because American fitness culture is deeply obsessed with structured programming. A very common response might be, I'm doing my push-pull leg split today.
I've noticed people adhere to these strict schedules. I hear the word split all the time. It seems almost like they are trying to isolate the body into separate architectural projects on different days of the week.
That is exactly the underlying logic of a split. It's an organizational system designed for maximum recovery efficiency.
How does that work in practice?
So, a push-pull leg split means on Monday, you only do exercises where you push the weight away from your body, targeting the chest, shoulders, and triceps.
Okay.
Those muscles get exhausted. So on Tuesday, you switch entirely to exercises where you pull the weight toward you, targeting the back and biceps. This allows your push muscles 48 hours to recover while you still get to train.
Oh, smart.
And then Wednesday, you train legs. It's basically a physiological spreadsheet.
It's an incredible level of systematization.
Yeah.
You might also hear people discussing the professionals they hire to manage those spreadsheets, saying, I'm working with a trainer to learn the ropes.
Very common.
Or very often you'll hear them discussing the chemical rituals of the gym, the fuel culture. People are always asking, do you take pre-workout?
Pre-workout is a massive part of the modern gym experience. It's a highly caffeinated, artificially flavored supplement powder taken roughly 30 minutes before a session.
To get you hyped up.
Exactly. It aggressively boosts energy, blood flow, and focus. Debating which brand of pre-workout gives the best energy without the subsequent crash is a standard locker room bonding conversation.
It's almost like discussing coffee roasts, but with way more neon colors and aggressive branding.
That's a perfect description. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, all of these seemingly mundane phrases, from asking a stranger about their push-pull split to casually groaning at the water fountain, I am so sore from yesterday, or confessing, I took a whole week off, I really need to get back into it, they all act as a vital social glue.
They really do.
They create immediate shared camaraderie based on mutual suffering and mutual goals.
It really changes the entire perception of the building. The giant noise-canceling headphones and the intense stares into the mirrors create this powerful illusion of total isolation. But beneath that surface, it's actually a highly social environment.
Oh, incredibly social.
People are constantly negotiating space, sharing heavy equipment, acting as physical guarantors for each other's safety, and exchanging brief, coded updates on their physical evolution. You just have to know the frequency to tune into.
Exactly right.
So what does this all mean? Let's synthesize this deep dive. You, the listener, walk into that gym tomorrow, and it's no longer a confusing alien landscape of metal and sweat.
Not anymore.
You now have the geographical vocabulary to identify the gear. You understand the stabilization of a barbell versus the independent work of a dumbbell, and the constant tension of the cable machines. You have the social grace to navigate a crowded floor, to confidently ask, mind if I work in?
Use that phrase. It's magic.
It really is. And you know the cardinal rules of the communal kitchen? Always wipe down your machine to protect the microbiome, and re-rack your weights to respect the physics of the next person.
Re-rack the weights, please.
Please. And finally, you have the cultural context to chat about your reps, your sets, your gains, and your splits like a seasoned gym rat. You are officially equipped.
You absolutely are. But, I want to leave you with one final, broader thought to ponder as you pack your gym bag.
Okay, let's hear it.
We know from linguistics that the language we use actively shapes our perception of reality. So, how does adopting this highly structured, relentlessly goal-oriented vocabulary, measuring your physical life in sets, tracking every repetition, chasing quantifiable PRs, and viewing your body as a project of constant gains, how does that change the way we view our daily progress outside the gym walls?
Wow.
When we start speaking the language of perpetual optimization and measurable improvement, does it change the way we evaluate our worth when we finally walk back out those glass doors?
That is a fascinating and maybe slightly terrifying question.
Mm.
If you start viewing your entire life as a series of sets and reps, always chasing the next personal record, the way you look at success just changes completely.
It really does.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you feel ready to step into the Iron Jungle with total confidence. Before we go, we want to hear from you. What's the weirdest or most confusing gym experience you've had in any language? Tell us in the comments.
We can't wait to read those.
And if you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss next week's deep dive. See you next time.